What's up, everyone? I'm CL Connolly, and today I wanted to talk about unrealistic things in movies. Now, I understand it's not even just movies, because there's some things in TV shows too that you're sitting there going, I'm sorry, you're doing what? So, here's the thing, okay? First of all, I know that in certain scenes, they're towing the car. They're not really driving it. And way back in the day, it was literally just a scene that was going on around a vehicle that was inside a studio. They weren't really driving it. There's other times where, yes, they're being towed around. So they don't really need to look away, or you know what I mean? They don't really have to watch the road. They can actually look and talk to the person in the passenger seat. The problem is, though, is that it gives me anxiety when I'm watching someone who is driving a vehicle in a TV show or a movie, and they turn and they look at the passenger for way too long. Because I'm thinking, I'm sorry, sir, don't you need to be watching the road? And how the hell are they not getting into an accident? Okay, I understand. Sometimes they're not even on a road. It's just a car simulation that they're having. Okay, fine. But they're supposed to be driving. They should make it look a little bit more realistic. Nobody stares at their passenger for as long as they do. It gives me anxiety. Okay, whatever. Anyway, that's number one. The way that they drive cars. Okay, seriously. I don't know if it's just anxiety, like, oh my God, you should not be staring at your passenger that long. You know? So I don't know if it's just that, or because not only that, but there are times where you see them driving and then they go like this, and that's supposed to be their turn. I don't know about you, but I've never turned my car like this and made an actual turn. No, that is not right. These people need to pretend like they are actually driving. Make it a little bit more realistic. It just looks dumb. I don't know why I pay too much attention to that. Sometimes I pay a lot of attention to their dialogue too, and I go, ooh, somebody needs a new dialogue writer. But that's just me. I don't know. It's like these little... Then you get the ones where it's like extremely animated, and you can tell that they are in no way actually in a vehicle. They are sitting on seats with a steering wheel in front of them. There's no top to this car. It's just a simulated top, whatever. Seriously. It's 2024. They need to start making movies and TV shows a little more realistic. I have seen... Okay, first of all, we're watching Titans right now, okay? The TV show Titans. And the real one, not the Teen Titans, that was a cartoon. No, it's Titans. And anyway, so there's this part where Dick Grayson and this other girl, I'm guessing she was supposed to be Supergirl or something at one time. Dick Grayson was the Robin or whatever. Anyway, so they're jumping over vehicles and swinging around and blah, 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 blah. The whole scene is so animated. It looks like a cartoon that they put on top of actual real scene. Like they just kind of videoed the scene with these vehicles and stuff, and then animated, people come in. It's like, seriously, what the... I know that this show is not from the 2020s. I get that. It was like way earlier than that, but it's still from the 2000s. There is still a way that they could have made that look way better than that. It was like 1980s animation, like bad, is how I thought of it. Heck, my husband and I were watching... what was it? Tango and Cash, which is an old 80s movie. I think my husband looked it up and it was like from 1984. And even their animation was way better. Of course, their sound effects are stupid because every time they shoot a gun, it goes pew, pew, or like that, you know what I mean. Their sound effects are horrible and their guns are something out of a futuristic movie. Anyway, like nobody would really have a gun like that, but that was back in the 80s. It was fun to pretend, whatever. That movie I can understand, but any movie in the 2000s, the 2010s, the 2020, come on, people. Movie and TV shows should be advanced. You've got AI at this point where you can make things look like real fucking people. Oh, And then here's something here, whether it be a movie or a TV show, why are children going back to the high school after school hours, late at night? And who the hell has a key to the school? No student has ever had a key to the school. Like, that just doesn't exist. And the doors are locked all the time, so the kids are not actually getting in. We were watching Teen Wolf. Okay, the TV show Teen Wolf. Okay, first of all, no, you don't just all of a sudden show up at the school late at night. It just doesn't work out that way. Nobody goes back to the school after hours. Who the hell hangs out at school after hours unless they're spray painting the outside of the building? I don't get it. Why are they going back to the school after hours? Nobody wants to go back to school after hours unless they're vandalizing it, like I said. But that's the thing, though, is that these kids are literally going back and they're, oh, let's go hang out in the library. Who the fuck is hanging out in the school library? No, I'm sorry. Make it more realistic. Hollywood really needs to get on track with this. Here's one. Dumbass people who go back for their friend when they're close to getting away. Okay, here's one for the horror fans. I don't give a shit if your friend is screaming. Okay, they're screaming because they're about to die. If you go back now, you're going to die. Just run. Who fucking gives a shit? I mean, I don't know what I would do if I were in that situation. Would I turn and go back? Probably not. I'm willing to guarantee that in my mind, I'm going to be going, nope, because that's how people die. So fuck that shit. I'm going to keep running. I'll get help. You know, I would rather have someone else go out there and go, my friend is dying, you know, or go help my friend. No, I wasn't going to go back. Bitch be screaming. I don't care. I'm going to keep on running. I feel like that's an unrealistic scenario. Nobody's going to turn around and go back. I mean, okay, maybe. But it happens all the time. I get it. It's to keep the storyline moving. I don't know. There are so many things that are happening right now in movies and TV that just seem very unrealistic. You know what I mean? Especially the girl, okay? So there's a 5'2" girl who weighs 110 pounds, soaking wet, and she's like running away from the killer, almost really far away. And next thing you know, she hears her friend screaming. And she's like, and then she turns around and runs back to the house. I'm sorry, you were almost out. You were almost gone. Just go. You were fine. Save yourself. Fuck that bitch. She's no longer your friend. She's going to die. I don't know. Can we get more realistic, like, scenarios? I mean, I'm not going to say that all of my books have realistic scenarios in them, but I will say that I do a lot of research. And any, like, police procedural things, those are true. That does actually happen. I mean, yes. Now, if you've read my Affair series, there is one thing where one of the cops or whatever is being a little crazy. But if you've read my Affair series, then you know why. And it just seems a little weird. And he's allowing the victim to help search, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, and that never happens. Most of the time they just tell you to go home and wait. Wait for what? Wait for you to tell me that, you know, oh, the person I was looking for is dead. Or the victim who's being stalked or whatever, gets a phone call, goes, hey guys, you couldn't catch the stalker and now this person's dead. Anyway. So there's just certain unrealistic things that you see in movies and stuff. And my thought process is that as technology advances, there are ways to make it look more realistic, or the actors themselves stop looking at the passenger while you're driving, dude. You're driving. There was actually, I don't know if it was a TV show or a movie or what I was watching, but this guy, not once did he ever look over at the actor in the passenger seat while he was talking to her. And the only thing I could assume was that he was actually driving the vehicle on the road in traffic. That was the only thing that I could think of, is that he was actually driving, and that's the reason why he wouldn't look over. And it wasn't one of these situations where they were towing the car as the camera's panning over or whatever, you know, and they weren't in a simulation because you could actually see that there were people moving around, you know, out the windows and stuff, and it actually looked like they were moving. But I'm just saying, those are the times where it looks realistic, and then there's other times where it's like, oh, hey, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, you're driving. Why are you not looking? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because I'm looking at these little minute details that mean absolutely nothing because I'm a writer. And I just keep thinking to myself that these little minute details mean more to me because I'm looking for that detail in everything. It needs to be more realistic. I don't know. Anyway, if you can think of more things that you have seen in TV shows, movies, whatever, that was extremely unrealistic to you, leave it in the comments down below. And on top of that, like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I don't give a shit. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I do put out new videos every Monday and Thursday. And that's all I got today. That's literally, I just random ass rant for nothing. But anyway, okay, bye!